Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
A teenager jailed for murdering of a 14-year-old schoolboy has had his sentence cut because he had become normalized to violence through his childhood. Daniel Haigh, 18, stabbed Justin McLaughlin in the heart and left him to die on the platform of Glasgow's High Street train station on October 16, 2021. He was given a life sentence for the crime by Judge Lord Clark at the High Court in Edinburgh in August 2023. He was told he would have to serve a minimum of 16 years before he'd be eligible for parole. But lawyers for Haigh went to the Court of Criminal Appeal in Edinburgh to argue that the sentence given to Haigh was excessive. Defense advocate Michael Meehan KC told appeal judges Lady Dorian, Lord Matthews, and Lord Pentland that their colleague Lord Clark had failed to take account Haigh's young age at the time he passed sentence. The lawyer argued that Lord Clark should have taken the sentencing guidelines on young people into account. In a written judgment, the appeal court upheld the submissions. Lady Dorian, who delivered the judgment, wrote that she and her colleagues had evidence before them about Haigh's background that Lord Clark didn't have. She said that this information showed that Haigh had good prospects of being rehabilitated. Lady Dorian said that Haigh should be given a 13-year-long punishment part. She wrote, having regard to all the known factors, and nevertheless fully acknowledging the dreadful nature of the offending, we are satisfied that the punishment part was excessive. During earlier proceedings, evidence showed Haigh brandishing the knife which he used to stab Justin. Haigh was also seen in other CCTV images arriving at Glasgow's High Street station before the fatal attack and then fleeing the scene. Just before leaving the station, Haigh had run at a group of youths, including his victim, and a clash broke out on the platform. After the scuffle ended, Haigh jumped onto the track to retrieve the knife which he had dropped before stabbing the teen. Haigh, who was 16 at the time of the attack, admitted knifing Justin but had denied murder. He was found guilty following a trial at the High Court in Glasgow. In the judgment published on Thursday, Lady Dorian writes of how evidence provided to the court showed that Haigh had become normalized to violence through his upbringing. She wrote, "The information now available to the court shows exposure to extreme domestic violence from an early age, first as a witness, later as a victim, and thereafter as a perpetrator. The appellant's mother is reported to have stabbed his father and, on a later date, to have threatened the appellant with a knife while he was holding his younger sibling. The older relative, association with whom seems to have triggered an escalation in the appellant's behavior, is alleged to be involved in criminal behavior in the East End of Glasgow and to have links to serious and organized crime. His father and uncle are currently serving lengthy prison sentences for violence, and an older maternal cousin is serving a prison sentence for murder. It is clear that the appellant has grown up in a familial environment in which the use of violence, including the use of weapons, has been normalized." Lady Dorian also wrote of how there were signs of positive engagement between Haigh and staff at St Mary's Kenmare Secure Unit, the institution in Bishopbriggs, Lanarkshire, where he was placed following the sentencing. She wrote of how Haigh had been participating in structured activities which he found engaging, and he also showed a capacity to build relationships with staff. Lady Dorian wrote, "There are good indications throughout the material that the appellant is a young man with some potential.